Hey, it's Game Hydro. Today we got another video for you about ACECRAFT Sky Hero. We're going to talk about item, specifically gear fusions and other ways to upgrade, but we're going to talk primarily about gear fusions because there may be some confusion, especially on how to get gold and red items. Now, let's take a look at the rarities you got. You got normal, you got good, you got better, which is blue. Purple is excellent. And then I believe gold should be legendary and red should be mythic. So fusion is a little bit different depending on what the rarity is of the object that you're trying to fuse. So hit the fuse button and you will see that in order to merge, to fuse gray into green, it has to be 3 identical versions of the item that are fused together. So in order to fuse 3 greens, in order to fuse greens into blue, again, it has to be identical versions of the same item. Luckily, we've got an example that we can demonstrate with. Fuse. As you can see, now it is blue. It's one of the better grade items. Now, when you fuse 3 identical items together that are blue, then they become purple or excellent. All right, so that the methods change a little bit once you have excellent items that you're working with. So to fuse excellent items, it doesn't necessarily need to be identical. It just needs to be 2 different items that go in the same slot. So whatever this glove is, the commander glove, I think it is. Yes. If you take that and you fuse another glove, another purple glove with it, or another excellent glove, it can either be a commander glove or a different type of glove. Fuse them together though, and you'll get purple +1. You can see that little 1 on the bottom. That's an indicator that stats have increased. And max level is increased. So if you want to merge a purple +1 higher, then you need to add 2 purple items that are in the same slot. Now, they don't have to be purple +1 items. They just have to be purple items, regular purple items. So if I had 2 pairs of boots that are of the excellent rarity, then I could use those as fodder for merging with this boot, whatever this crazy disco boot is, anti-gravity boots, and it would become a purple +2, which, as you can see, increases the stats and the level cap. Now, if I want to merge a gold item, this is what I got to do. So I've got 1 purple +2 item that's equipped, and I would have to fuse it with an identical purple +2 item in order to get gold. So, okay. Gold is epic. It's the Sub-Zero protective jacket. So I would need 2 Sub-Zero protective jackets that are purple +2 in order to make a gold one. Okay, so merging a gold item into a red item. Now, when I talk about this, honestly, you're just going to have to trust me on this. I know how it is. However, I am not a pay-to-win player, and I haven't been playing since the beta test. So I don't have any red items yet, but I know that this is the mechanisms of how it works. It kind of helps that games like Archero and Survivor.io have literal exact clones of this fusion method here. But in ACECRAFT, so getting a gold item into a red item. So how do you do that? Now, you take the gold item as your main item and then mix it with another gold item that's in the same slot, and it becomes gold +1. So it doesn't have to be identical, Like, for example, it doesn't, to get a gold +1 Sub-Zero protective jacket, you just need another gold jacket. It doesn't also need to be a Sub-Zero protective jacket. So do the exact same thing for gold +1 to turn it into gold +2. All you need is one gold item in the same slot. It doesn't have to be a gold +1. It doesn't have to be identical. If you take your gold +2 item and do the exact same thing, merge it with one gold item in the same slot that's not necessarily identical, then you get a gold +3 item. So at this point, you're probably getting impatient for your red rarity item, which is either legendary or mythic, because gold is epic. So red will either be legendary or mythic. So gold +3. In order to merge that into a red item, you're going to take an identical gold +3 item and use it as fodder. So it has to be identical in order for it to merge into red. But red, of course, is the highest rarity in the entire game. So that will give you something extraordinarily powerful. Now, if you're a pay-to-win player who has spent hundreds of dollars on gems, or diamonds rather, then you've probably discovered that at this point. But for the rest of us out there, that is how you merge into a red item, and that red item is probably going to be the pride of your... Now, even though they're not in the game yet, eventually S tier items will most likely be added to the game. They were present in the beta test version of ACECRAFT that was released in limited territories. In the global release, they have not been added to the game yet, but S tier items operate a little bit outside of your typical item. For example, the lowest rarity for an S tier item is excellent, but S tier items can also be upgraded to excellent +1, excellent +2, epic +1, 2, or 3, and then red tier. Compared to other items of the same level and the same rarity, they're going to have significantly higher stats. So if you have an S tier item, you're absolutely not going to want to swap it out for any other item, point blank period. All right. So other than items, though, we got a few more ways to upgrade. In the manual, you're going to use either silver medals for the normal ones, gold medals for the amplify ones, and gear medals for the wingmen. And generally the way you earn these is by completing quests and by beating new levels that you have not beaten yet, as well as completing different missions and quests in the adventure area. Events, also a good way to earn them. And then, of course, modify. This one's just simple as it gets. Spend coins on stat boosts. Now, spending the coins on stat boosts, that actually gives you a pretty major boost that applies to every single one of your pilots, no matter what equipment they have. Now, upgrading your pilots, not only can you train them, but you can amplify them. So in order to amplify a pilot, you're going to need to pull a duplicate of that pirate in the recruiting area. Once you do that, you'll be able to promote them because the duplicate pilot will turn into an amplification card for said pilot. So you've got 6 amplification levels total for each one. Level 1 provides a certain skill. Level 2, stat boost. Level 3, another skill. level 4, stat boost, level 5, stat boost, level 6, yet another skill. So those can make your pilot extra powerful, extra strong, and make it so they can even compete in that matter with pilots of a higher rarity. Obviously, the A-grade pilots are more likely to get amplified than the S-grade pilots unless you are spending a ton of money on diamonds and using them on skyward summons. All right, what else? The wingmen. So every once in a while, you will be able to upgrade your wingmen to another star rarity. So wingmen can be promoted, but it's going to consume another wingman of the same name. So we're going to do that. Promote Blue Mood over here. Now, if you want to promote it again, it's going to consume another 0-star wingman of the same name. So let's do that. Let's take it away from whoever's equipping it right now. Ryan. Replace. All right, let's go over to Ryan. Actually, let's back out. We're going to go to Ryan. Give homeboy something else. Pink star. And now we're going to go to this. Promote. Promote. And as you can see, the stats increased significantly on the Blue Mood. Now, if you want to promote it to 3 stars, it takes another 0-star wingman of the same name. So that's how you promote your wingmen. And then later on in the game, you can unlock Tesla Right. We'll get back to that one when it comes time to make a guide on it. All right, this is Game Hydro. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And be sure to check out our other ACECRAFT Sky Hero videos as well.